you actually know, or does anyone know the lyrics to 2 Minutes of a Machine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know them.
You don't know them?
But, oh, I mean...
Johnny knows them.
Yeah, there are lyrics.
There are lyrics, because like if anyone should know the lyrics, it's the internet.
I think it's about Short Circuit 2.
Right.
The movie. That movie Short Circuit.
Short Circuit, the little robot with the treads.
I think that's.
Oh right, yeah.
I don't remember.
That's badass.
Wow. Something like that. Shit, I might be wrong, but it's about some sort of robot.
Yeah, that seems to be
a whole
makes
new
sense.
meaning now.
You know, in 2 Minute Machine, whatever.
It seems to be a mystery to the people.
Yeah.
You know? So, the guy that you stole from Spy's Icon.
Al, yeah. We didn't steal Al, actually, to get the record straight. He had already departed the band.
Oh, yeah.
Before he joined our band.
Do you think he's happy about that?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah? You dig the Spy's Icon?
Their music?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan?
I like the guys. I think they're great. I think they're great people, but I'm not really... I'm just not...
The whole weekend gesture scene.
Well, yeah, it's just not really... I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. I think that what they do, they're really good at. They're definitely really good at what they do.
They're
really tight band.
And Alex Grind on the drums.
Yeah, he's an incredible drummer. Yeah. They're really good musicians, and I think they're really awesome at what they do. It's just not necessarily like I'm not going to listen to them. You know what I mean? On my iPod. Like I'll watch their set. I like watching them live.
Are you personally like into deathcore that much anymore?
Deathcore? I mean, I really appreciate some bands and what they're doing, and I think that like. Beneath the Massacre is like an incredible band. I think that they're incredibly talented and they write cool music, and you know I listen to it every once in a while. I think it's badass. But I mean, to me, I don't really just consider them like a straight up deathcore band, really. You know, like they're more just like a brutal death metal band. But they've kind of get that label, and they're kind of they're kind of at the forefront of that scene. But I think I consider more just like a
this brings me on to like. From what you used to be playing, you've matured quite a lot. Yeah.
I mean, definitely grown up quite a bit.
Do you write most of the songs?
Not most. I mean, like Genesis, me, and our former guitar player Robbie collaborated a lot. And there was some stuff that I wrote more of. There was some stuff he wrote more of. We just kind of brought ideas together.
So how about this latest album?
This latest album, I had one song written pretty much completely before Al joined the band. That song, Constitutional Masturbation, that was the first song that we wrote on the new record. I had that. I pretty much wrote all that at home and then kind of jammed it with the dudes. And then we got Al, and then we kind of worked out a couple small details.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, we collaborated. It was a pretty good collaborative effort for the new record, I would say. Me and Al generally would get together and work on some shit, come up with ideas, basic skeletons, starts to a song. Like, we'd probably get at least like a minute and a half of the song. And we bring it to the guys in practice and kind of just jam out other ideas, try to bounce stuff off of each other. Sometimes it worked great, sometimes it was a train wreck, but that's just kind of how the process.
So you feel like that's the best way of writing a song?
For us, I mean, I think for us, it works really well. I mean, it doesn't always work well, but it seems to be the most productive way for us to do it. I think as long, like we get a start, and then we bring it to the table and kind of build off of it.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a great way because it gives everybody an opportunity to have creative input instead of one guy writing like an entire song. Be like, this is the song, this is how it's going to be. Yeah, I think that it makes. I mean, because everybody has a distinctive style when they play, and then when you add in another person's style, you can just kind of take things to a new level.
Yeah.
So is this new sort of way of writing like an evolution then from like the way it used to be, or is this kind of always been the way you've done shit?
Since I've been in the band, this is kind of pretty much how it's been. When we were writing Genesis, Elliot, our old drummer, he had quit before we started working on the album pretty much. Well, I mean, we had a little bit done, and then he left the band, and then he decided that, or we asked him to do the record because wasn't working out finding a replacement, so we continued to write with him. He was a pretty creative guy, and he shot a lot of ideas out, so it was like me, Robbie, and Elliot worked really closely together to write, and then we would bring it to the rest of the dudes. So that's kind of how it's been for the last few years.
Yeah, I've noticed on this new album you've changed your tuning. You've gone up.
D standard.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
It's something I've been wanting to do personally for a long time.
Yeah.
I like the chord shapes and the sounds.
Yeah.
I prefer.
It's a comfortable tuning, isn't it?
I prefer standard to drop tuning. And our told the guitar player Robbie didn't really want to experiment much with it. And he did at one point, and then changed his mind. And I wasn't, you know, as soon as he left the band, I saw it as an opportunity to do whatever I wanted to, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we decided to change our tuning, and I think that it worked out for the better. And I mean, Genesis was in drop A sharp, and we started playing those songs in drop C.
Yeah.
The songs from Doom are in drop C. So the natural progression of the D standard just kind of made sense.
It does. Yeah.
So that live, just, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But at first I wanted to do C standard because I just like the way that it sounds. But
yeah.
D to me is really tight. You know, it sounds really tight. It's really clear. So
yeah.
I think I definitely like it. I don't know. Maybe we'll experiment with some other tunings, but it's as you add more tunings into your set, it just creates bigger problems.
Bigger problems.
The set isn't as smooth.
Changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one thing I noticed when I heard Ruination was it was tuned higher, but it sounded heavier.
Yeah.
Is that down to your guitar sound?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I mean, the riffs are a lot more aggressive, I think. And we put a lot more time into the tracking guitars than we did on Genesis.
Yeah.
And Jason Sukoff, that did the record, has an incredible ear. He has a knack for getting a killer guitar tone.
You're aware of Crotch Duster?
Oh yeah.
He knows
yeah,
Jason. He knows
me and Jason are really good friends.
We've seen the Chimera DVD where they crush him in the pool.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Should look that up sometime. It was great.
Yeah, Jason, his other band, or his band, Barnum.
Oh yeah.
Shit's insane. He's awesome. His brother played drums on that. His brother's an awesome drummer. But yeah, I think that, I mean, it's a combination of the riffs. The riffs are more intense, I think. They were played better than Genesis was.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it has to do with just, you know, the technique of, you know, we've kind of grown as musicians. And,
yeah.
You know, when you want to make something heavy, you have to play it with a heavy hand or it's not going to sound good, you know.
It's true.
Yeah, so, it's,
well, you did a good job on this album,
I gotta
say.
Appreciate it.
So what, how much input did you get on the guitar sound? If you've got someone like Jason Sukoff there, and he's mixing everything, what sort of input did you have on what amps you use, what sound you get?
Well, I mean, it was a very, very hands-on experience for us as far as getting the tone. Like, we would just sit down in the studio and just go through an amp, like plug an amp in, turn it on. We would know like pretty much right away whether or not it was
So what did you end up using?
We ended up using Jason's 5152. That was, he had another 5150 that was, I think it was a block letter or signature, I can't remember which one, but it sounded good, but it wasn't quite there. The 5152 that he had was really good. We went through a Fender 5153. I didn't really like it. It was too spongy and like, I don't know, it was weird. And then we tried a Bogner Uberschall that wasn't really there. And then we tried I think we tried a dual rectifier that didn't really work out. And those have sounded great in the past in the studio, but we also used like a Maxon. And then Jason has some secret way of miking cabinets.
Secret way?
I haven't actually never seen his cabinet mic'd.
Oh, right.
He had it like hidden behind
That's something interesting that we'd like to know.
I would love, I'd actually like to see it, because I think that's really, you know,
Can you tell us what cabs you used?
It was a Mesa cabinet. I'm not sure which one, if it was oversized or short. He might have a custom cab.
I'd love to know this.
I don't, it's a Mesa cabinet, but I'm not sure what speakers it had in it. I didn't ask to see the miking because I figured he'd be like weird about it, but you know, it's his own tricks, you know. So everybody's got their own little tricks.
They would.
Yeah.
So who do you prefer for the? Do you like Andy Sneap or Jason?
I definitely prefer Jason's mix over Andy Sneap's. I think that Andy Sneap is an incredible.
It's incredible.
I think that he can do incredible things.
Yeah.
I feel like our album wasn't his best work, but I also think that part of the reason is because we didn't give him a good product to start with. You know, like
with Genesis.
Yeah, I think that, you know, that record's a little sloppy. The guitar tracks are probably all over the place. You know, we recorded it with a dude that did